Like one of the worst labels ever given in the entire Quran about people. Allah says, إِنَّ الْمُبَذِّرِينَ كَانُوا إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينَ. The people who spend recklessly all the time, prematurely spending their money, they have been declared the brothers of shayateen. They are the brothers of the devils. كَانُوا إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينَ. Now, why in the world would these people who spend recklessly be considered brothers of shayateen? Let's think about this for a little bit. First and foremost, al-ajilatu min ash-shaytan. Rushing comes from shaitan. The idea of you becoming impulsive and rushing into spending your money without thinking twice about it, that is actually something satanic to begin with. Second, when you spend a lot of money on frivolous, useless things, if people spend tons and tons and tons of money on entertainment, for example, which industry makes a lot of money? Because you're spending it, you're the customer. Well, you don't make the money, it's the entertainment industry that makes the money. So when you spend your money on useless things, useless industries become successful. When you spend your money on wasteful things, the wasteful enterprise, the wasteful corporations, they're the ones that thrive. And when they thrive, shaitan's work succeeds in society. So we become part of the machinery of shaitan. Please listen to this part very carefully. This is the scariest part. Allah could have told us so many things about shaitan in this ayah, but the one thing He told us, and shaitan has always been extremely ungrateful to his master. Allah mentioned his ingratitude, his extreme ingratitude. You will notice something with shopaholics. That's what they call them, right? Shopaholics. They shop all the time. They're never done buying enough shoes. They're never done buying enough technology. They're never done buying enough whatever else. They're constantly buying and buying. Guess what? They're never happy. They're never happy. They're never grateful for what they have. Their eyes are always on what they don't have. What more can I buy? What more can I acquire? What more can I get? All the time. In other words, this idea of a constant consumer, you can only be a constant consumer if you're dissatisfied. And dissatisfaction is the exact opposite of gratitude. Shaitan is dissatisfied. He's ungrateful. He's ungrateful. And so is a mubadhir. So is someone who spends frivolously all the time. They are never grateful. They actually have no value for what they do have. They only have value for what they don't have. If they have a really nice car, and you sit in their car, wow, this is a really nice car, but their eyes are on some other car. You know what, I was thinking about that one. They could have a really nice house, and you go to their house like, wow, this is an amazing house. They're like, well, actually, I was thinking about moving to a better neighborhood. They're looking at a better house. They're looking at another house. We've turned some of our children into this monster, you know that? We buy them one video game, another video game, another video game, another, and they got a collection. They got this massive collection. And we tell them, hey, wow, you have that game and you have that game? Yeah, but I don't have that one. That's what's really burning my soul right now is I don't have that one. You know? What we've done with the new iPhone culture. As you have an iPhone 4, astaghfirullah al-azim. What kind of primitive Muslim are you? You don't even have an iPhone 5. You have a 5? You only have a 5C? Oh, miskeen, you don't have a 5S? You know, and even the one who has 5S is making dua late at night, you know, when there's a 6 coming out, you know, so the idea of you just constantly being dissatisfied with what you have, it's not enough for you. You want something more, you want something more, you want something more. And it's a constant thing. And even though all of us, by the way, human beings have a tendency to want something better. We have that. We're always going to like another car. It's always going to be there. You're always going to drive by a nice neighborhood and like the neighborhood. That's natural. You're always going to go to a store and look at some clothes that you cannot afford or didn't buy, but they're nice. We have that inside of us. But the difference between that and a mubadhir is the mubadhir has no brakes. He sees it, he likes it, he gets it. إِنَّ الْمُبَذِّرِينَ كَانُوا إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينَ وَكَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ لِرَبِّهِ كَفُورًا. May Allah Azza wa Jal make us people who are serious about the way they think about their money. Because the next ayah is about money and I know I'm getting late, I'll just share it very, very quickly with you. Allah describes the scenario about a person who has some money and then their relative comes to them or a poor person comes to them or, a neighbor comes to them, a miskeen comes to them and asks them for help. And maybe you don't have right now. Maybe you put your money in some investment already. Or you barely have enough for yourself and you're not able to give them. You know, sometimes people ask you and you're not able to give. Speak with them in easy, soft language. Subhanallah. Because when they came to us asking us, they were bringing with them the rahmah of Allah. And when we could not give them, then we have to beg for the rahmah of Allah that came and we could not afford it. We could not get it. You see? This is the ultimate rizq. The real rizq we get is not the things we buy. The real rizq we get is the rahmah of Allah. And that comes when we give, not when we buy. فَإِنَّهُ كَانَ لِلْأَوَّابِينَ غَفُورًا. So now Allah gives us advice about how to spend our money. And He says, وَآتِ ذَا الْقُرْبَ حَقَّهُ. And give to the one who possesses closeness. Not the will qurba, dhal qurba, mufrad, one. Give the one relative his right. Allah is not making us think about all of our relatives at the same time. It is as though Allah is saying, consider each one of them individually. Consider each one of them individually. What happens in a lot of families? A lot of families, if you're an average family, then you have some fight in your family. Some uncle you don't like, some cousin you don't get along with, some brother that you had a problem with or whatever. And somebody needs help, but you think of helping the people that you get along with, and you don't think of helping the people that you had a fight with. We skip them. That uncle, no. He's not getting any. Zakat, I'll give it to some other place. Some sadaqah, I'll give it to my khala, but my chacha, forget about him. No, I hate that guy. So Allah is telling us actually you have to, if they are close to you, and Allah gave them that relationship to you, وَأُولُو الْأَرْحَامِ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلَى بِبَعْضٍ فِي كِتَابِ اللَّهِ. The people that are connected to you by the womb of a mother. Maybe you're connected by your grandmother. Maybe you're connected by your mother, by your father. These are connections of the womb. If you have that connection, that you have to consider each and every one of them. We would know somebody has too many medical expenses. We would know those things and we'd help them privately. Right? This is the idea of a community. That's what we're supposed to do. We cannot live by this ayah if we don't have this idea of tahabbu that the Prophet said. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. You know, that you're not going to have iman until you love one another. You have to love one another. And the idea of afshu salam in that same hadith, spread the salam. Why spread the salam? It's not salamu alaykum wa alaykum salam. Okay, you go, you get your shoes, I get my shoes. And we're out of here. That's not the only salam. Salam means you introduce yourself to each other. You get to know one another. He says, وَلَا تُبَذِّرْ تَبْذِيرًا. وَلَا تُبَذِّرْ تَبْذِيرًا. Don't spend frivolously and don't go out of your way to spend wastefully. Let me explain these words a little bit. Al-badr أول ما يخرج من الأرض من الزرع والبقل. Like the first thing that comes out of the ground is called al-badr. In other words, when a farmer, plants the seed and the plant starts coming out, you have to wait a long time before it's fully grown. But if it's just come out a little bit, it's premature. It's not ready. If you cut it right now, there's no benefit. But there are some people who their money, as soon as the money comes into their hand, they spend it. As soon as it comes in their hand, they spend it. As soon as they get their paycheck, they have to get a, new pair of Jordans. Or they have to get a big screen TV. Or they have to get, go at a really expensive restaurant and spend all their money every chance they get. Also, this idea says, some linguists comment on the idea of tabdhir, tafriqul mal. You just spread your money in every direction without any concern about, money ain't a thing, bro. I got this. It's not a problem. You walk into like a Best Buy, I want the biggest TV you got. That one's $8,000. I don't care. Put it in. I got this. Now here it's important that Allah adds, وَلَا تُبَذِّرْ تَبْذِيرًا. Please listen to this carefully. Allah did not just say, don't spend your money wastefully. He said, don't go out of your way to spend money wastefully, which is the incredible hikmah of the Quran. To some extent, all of us will waste some money. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Somebody who goes on an extreme, Eid came and you're like, maybe I should buy my wife a new dress or something. And you're about to buy it. She picks out this dress. You're like, وَلَا تُبَذِّرْ تَبْذِيرًا. No, we're not going to buy that. No. Hold on a second. Or you're about to buy your kid some toys. Or you're about to, get some present for somebody or whatever. And you're like, no, we're not going to do tabdhir. Or you're about to get a new car, right? And you're like, no, I don't want to do tabdhir. I'll get a 1978 Cutlass Sierra. And that's, anything more than that, I don't need it because it still has 4 wheels and it still goes from point A to point B. So I'm just going to buy myself a donkey and a cart behind it. And that's how I'm going to live my life, even if the HOA has a problem with that. If you develop that habit of constantly spending money without any consideration, any sense of financial responsibility, then you know why by the way, it's the same ayah. We haven't even gone to another ayah yet. Why is this the case? Because if you keep spending your money like that, what are you going to give to your family? What are you going to give to the miskeen? What are you going to give to the one who's like, in a homeless situation or traveling around? What are you going to give to them?